Well, hi there, everybody, and good Thursday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here, starting off on a pretty quiet morning. For most of us, it's a clear morning. There are some patchy areas of light fog north and west of the Tri-Cities indicated on Futurecast. A cold front is moving into northern Nebraska as we speak. That frontal boundary, a big player in our weather today. Now, notice the movement of it as it slows down later this afternoon. I actually want to back up. It'll pass through the Tri-Cities here early this afternoon. And once that happens, temperatures will kind of level off and maybe even drop a little bit towards the end of the afternoon. Now, out ahead of that front, very warm, humid conditions. Behind it, some cooler air working its way in. We'll notice clouds billowing up here. Go back to around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Clouds start to billow up along that front. And eventually by 4 or 5 o'clock, possibly an isolated thunderstorm or two trying to get going there during the late afternoon hours. A better chance will come during the early evening, but notice that front will be moving into northern Kansas at that time. So, and we'll back this up a few hours. Let's go back to around 8 o'clock or so. So while there is a chance of rain and thunderstorms during the evening in the Tri-Cities area, I think the better chances may be closer to the Nebraska-Kansas border. Good news for the Tri-Cities. We need to stay dry. But there are some places in northern Kansas that have still been dealing with some flooding too, so they may have to deal with heavier rainfall. Some severe weather is a possibility. Again, favoring far southern Nebraska and northern Kansas this evening. Later in the night, as I'm kind of slowly going through here, after midnight, that chance of rain and thunderstorms will drop off to just a 20% chance. And by tomorrow morning, we should be on the dry side. Behind that front, a cooler morning out there. A cool day overall on your Friday. And much of the day will actually be on the dry side. Some passing clouds, partly to mostly cloudy skies, holding those temperatures back a little bit. The cloudier it is, the cooler it would be. So we'll have to see on that. Now, late in the afternoon, it's not out of the question we get a stray shower or thunderstorm, but the chances will pick back up Friday night. Now, Friday evening, yeah, we have a chance of rain and thunderstorms, but I think the better chance will actually come later on Friday night as we see more widespread rain and thunderstorm activity. And this is where our biggest threat for heavier rainfall is. I don't think we'll see much severe weather out of this. Behind this front, we have the more stable air, so not as much of a threat for severe thunderstorms. But pockets of heavy rain are possible, and that could linger into very early on Saturday morning. So I'll take you through Saturday morning here as chances of rain stick around, but notice the chances getting lower and start to shift to the east. And by the afternoon, I took out chances of rain for the Tri-Cities in the afternoon. I know this model's showing it. I think if we see anything, it would be more drizzle than anything Saturday afternoon. Little better chance to the southeast, but even then I think the better chances are in the morning. Now, not all forecast models are alike, as I kind of take you back a little bit. Some forecast models favor southeast Nebraska for most of our rain later Friday night into Saturday and don't have much of a chance for the Tri-Cities area. So I'll show you those chances here in just a bit and what I'm thinking may play out. So really, as you look at forecast model rainfall amounts the next couple of days. Well, before we get to that, let's get to that severe weather threat for today, late today and tonight, southern Nebraska, northern Kansas. I really, though, do think, as I'm going to highlight this out here, hang tight. I want to get a different color here just to kind of bring up more of a red shade to the color here. So hang tight here. So this is where I think the best chance will be. Again, you kind of look at the southern tier counties of Nebraska into northern Kansas. That's where I really think the best chance of some strong to severe thunderstorms will be late this afternoon and this evening. Again, if something's able to fire maybe towards 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah, then maybe we would have more of a chance in these locations here. But I think the chances are better a little farther to the south. Mostly looking at a damaging wind gust threat, maybe some large hail and some locally heavy rainfall. Now let's look at the rainfall totals the next couple of days. And again, like I said, while all forecast models are not alike, most favor the south and southeast for the heavier rainfall, maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 inches of rainfall. So again, Tri-Cities will be close. It will only take another inch of rain to cause problems, but I do think that the better chances of heavier rain would be farther southeast, but that is not a guarantee. We may still see some heavier rainfall closer to the Tri-Cities, but really looking like as you go farther north and west, your amounts of rainfall should get lower from there. All right, let's look at day number 7 forecast for the Tri-Cities, at least for Grand Island, for the state fair. If you're heading out there today, 71 this morning. It's the hottest day of the fair so far, warmest day, as we're going to push into the mid-80s. It will be a little bit on the humid side. Slight chance of a thunderstorm around 4 or 5 o'clock. Our best chance will come during the evening hours. So if you're going to be out there this evening, temperatures will be dropping back to around 74 at 8 o'clock. The rest of the area today, again, that range from the upper 70s up north, the lower 90s in the south, mid to upper 80s for the Tri-Cities. Again, muggy conditions out ahead of that front. Tonight, though, cooler air working its way in, 50s and lower 60s behind that cold front. Tomorrow's temperatures cooler around the area, 70s for highs, a lot of low and mid 70s, perhaps some upper 70s in the east. And as we look towards Saturday, right now a lot of that will depend on how quickly precipitation clears out. We'll keep those temperatures mostly in the 70s, may see a few low 80s out towards the west on Saturday. Well, looking at the rest of that forecast, again, the 40% chance of thunderstorms this evening, down to a 20% chance tomorrow morning. Much of your Friday quiet, but Friday evening chances start to pick back up. Later Friday night is our best chance of rain and thunderstorms, about a 60% chance, and maybe some periods of heavy rainfall. I think by Saturday morning after sunrise, we're down to about a 20 to 30% chance of rain Saturday morning. And I'm going to go with dry conditions for Saturday afternoon, a cooler day for Saturday with the highs again in the lower 70s again. Sunday, partly cloudy skies. Early clouds giving way to some sunshine. Upper 70s for highs, then into the 80s on Monday and Tuesday. A slight chance of rain and thunderstorms Tuesday night as a cold front comes through, though cools back just a little bit for Wednesday. It does look like actually later next week we may cool down a little bit more here. And we'll finish things on a good note, and that's because we're talking Husker football. Maybe not the best of weather, but last year, of course, everybody remembers the cancellation of the game because of heavy thunderstorms, lots of lightning. Not the case this year. Now, it might be raining for you early tailgaters out there before 11 o'clock, a decent chance of some scattered showers. Now, it's not out of the question we get thunder and lightning, but I don't think it's going to be the constant lightning and thunderstorm activity that we saw last year, nothing like that. But, of course, any lightning around the stadium would postpone the game to, or at least push it back, delay the game to a later time frame. Down to about a 40% chance of rain at kickoff, so we might deal with some periods of light rain early in the game. By the end of the game, it's a 20% chance, so our chances are much lower by that point. We'll start to get back into the 70s later in the afternoon there as we push towards the end of the game, say around 2:30 in the afternoon. So, yeah, while you could get a little bit wet at the game, I don't think it's going to be a washout or anything like that. But again, better chance of rain earlier in the game, lower chance by the end of the game. So, with that, I'm going to let you all go. Thank you all for watching this morning. I do appreciate that. We'll see you all again on your Friday morning for the last forecast of the week. Hopefully, maybe a little bit better idea of how that rain plays out Friday night by tomorrow morning here. So I'll give you a better idea of that. But until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. God bless. Bye.